Well, just tell me about why you decided to come to Tompkins Family Chiropractic.
When I was pregnant with Lily, we realized from the 18 weeks ultrasound that she was head up instead of head down. And with both of my other pregnancies, pretty much from beginning on, they were always head down. And so I kind of worried about that because I knew that as wonderful as my OB was, she really did not want to deliver a breech birth. And so she and I talked about different ways to flip the baby, and we were going to wait a while and see if she'd flip on her own. And she never did flip on her own up until the point that it got into April, and I was due at the end of May. And in April, I was like, I've got to do something. My OB actually suggested 2 ways. She suggested trying a chiropractor or trying, she has several friends who do Chinese medicine.
How far along were you when you came in?
I believe, I was about 32, 33 weeks.
Tell me about the experience in here with getting adjusted.
At this point in time, I had always had I've been having, hip problems. I'd have problems walking. If I sat too long or laid too long, I almost couldn't stand for a good 10 minutes. And then I could stand and walk. Otherwise, I walked with a pretty pronounced limp. And it was the same with my son, our second child. Throughout the end of his pregnancy, it was pretty painful. And so when I came in here, I was just hoping to get her flipped. And then when you did my first adjustment, it was like, wow, I can walk. I'm not limping everywhere. It was really amazing. I didn't expect it to be that fast.
Yeah.
I really just thought, well, we'll get her flipped, and if we get her flipped, I can deal with the rest. Because I really did not want a C-section.
Yeah. Turn.
I think my first appointment was on a Friday, and by Sunday evening, we weren't for sure, but we thought she had flipped. And so we went in for the ultrasound, and the lady said, well, this says that she's breech. I said, she's down perfectly. And I was like, well, let me tell you why. And I told her, and she's like, wow, that sounds a lot better than, even the technician was like, that sounds a lot easier than the inversions we do here. And I'm like, yes, it was. I've never done an inversion, and now, thankfully, I won't have to.
How would you describe the adjustments? Were they rough or painful or gentle or?
They weren't rough at all. I know that there was 1 or 2 adjustments when you were doing the adjustments that it was kind of there was pressure, and then all of a sudden it was just like, it was like you've been living with pain for so long or with pressure for so long that once it's gone, you really notice that it's gone. And I've even told my OB several times, if your pregnant patients need any recommendations, go to Dr. Tompkins, because it was wonderful. It really was very, very good.
That's awesome. Thank you. See?
I was really very, very impressed. Very impressed. I really thought, when we first came in here, I really thought, I don't know how well this is going to work, but I've heard lots and lots of good things about the Webster technique. We didn't even have to go to the Webster technique before she flipped. I mean, it was amazing. And for the rest of my pregnancy, I wasn't in near as much pain. What I think happened with us is that you balanced my pelvis and my hip area, and she just went whoop, head down, no problems.
She is so good looking.
Thank you.
Okay.